This
Malik.
conference will now be recorded.
Hi, Chandra. Tell me.
Yeah, hi. My PG MBA is completed in 2017,
Okay.
and I'm searching for a job. I got one. I mean, I placed in Power BI job, but I didn't get any support from there, so I lost my job in Power BI.
Okay.
So one of my friend, he suggested me to do ADF, and
Okay.
he's already working.
Okay.
If I put in 3.5 or 4 years in ADF, can I get a calls? I mean, more calls.
Yes, yes. You will get more calls, but actually, I will teach more focus on Azure DevOps engineer.
I mean, ADF is in a part of
ADF,
Azure DevOps.
yeah, 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 yeah. ADF also it is part of Azure DevOps only. No problem. You can learn and easily track your interview and everything. Why? Because
Per day, how many calls?
I will take 1 hour per day.
No. Per day, how many calls can I expect ADF if I put in 3.5 or 4 years?
No, actually ADF is different for that one. Like Azure Data Engineer, they will handle out ADF and Databricks everything. But I will
Yeah.
tell the designation of Azure DevOps Engineer. I will tell you the demo. Actually, what are the importance of Azure DevOps Engineer? How they are handling like that one. Like Azure DevOps Engineer also nowadays they are handling like ADF and Databricks as well to integration part. All the developers parts now they are taking handling like developer part for them. Like Azure Data Engineer, you should have to learn like developer part also. That is the reason I am giving the coaching like Azure DevOps Engineer. This is good and each and everyone they should have to learn. If you choose like completely ADF, you should have to learn like developer perspective also, like completely Python. These type of things you should have to learn. I will tell you the
Uh,
demo in the demo, and
okay.
also I will
And
teach
my
you ADF also in this batch.
okay. Okay.
I
And
will
my
tell
friend
you.
said me,
Yeah, tell me.
my friend told me there is no much coding in ADF. Something he told me. Is it correct
No.
or no?
ADF there is no much code, but actually all the developers will handle on ADF also.
Okay.
But I will
And
tell
you
you.
are giving job assistant, right?
Yeah, I will give it.
Where you are staying?
Hyderabad.
In which, which location?
Can you please call me later with these details?
Okay.
We'll have to
What
discuss later.
one last question.
Okay.
And what about job support?
Yeah, I will give job support. First of all, uh, forget it job support. You'll have to concentrate
Okay.
on classes.
Okay.
Okay. That
Overall, how many? Duration is in this course. How many
30
days
to
in this course?
45 days. This is the only real-time classes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you learn classes
Okay.
and do the daily practice, you don't want any support. All the peoples are placed. It is proved.
Okay.
You don't worry about the support.
How much the course cost?
Can you please call me later? Why? Because a lot of people, different people are there, different, they came like different consultancies. You can call me.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Sure.
Yeah. We'll give a chance to other person. Can you please introduce
Yeah.
yourself? స్పీక్ ఫ్రెండ్లీ మీకు ఇంగ్లీష్ వచ్చే ఇంగ్లీష్ మాట్లాడండి తెలుగు వచ్చే తెలుగు మాట్లాడండి యూ డోంట్ వర్రీ ఇక్కడ యాక్చువల్లీ ప్రతి ఒక్కరు మాట్లాడాలి యూ కెన్ స్పీక్
Myself Renuka. Hello, am I audible?
Hi Renuka.
I'm currently working. Hi Kevin. I'm currently working in .NET side, .NET developer.
Okay.
I want to switch my I want to switch into the Azure side. Actually, is there any I can work the same Azure also development side? How
Yes.
many environments are there?
Yeah, actually, we do have a lot of environments are there. Like .NET, it is the advantage of to learn the .NET application. You can handle it very easily. For example, as a DevOps engineer, they will ask is there any experience of developer perspective, like .NET? You do have a lot of advantage about that one. You can easily learn the Azure DevOps course, and also like this is the advantage of that one. You will get good package about that one.
Okay.
Actually, is there any developer experience earlier? It is a good advantage. If it is not there, developer experience, no problem. You can handle it. But
Okay.
that is the
Okay.
advantage only.
Yeah, means
But
that
here,
admin side. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, tell me. Redugaya.
Yeah, means that both admin and the developer side, the both process is same. Means the what are the classes or everything is same. It may change for the developers.
No.
Developers.
Actually, developers are different, and Azure DevOps engineer is different. If you are selected Azure
Okay.
DevOps engineer, it is the advantage of to find the code in case of any failure.
Okay.
But actually,
Okay.
don't tell them like I am a .NET developer. If you are selected,
Mm.
if you get the promotion everything for that one, then you can
Okay.
expose your skills.
Okay.
That is the advantage of that one. We can
Okay.
give
Okay.
chance to another person.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
You can ask any doubts. In case of any personal issues, you can call me. Feel free to speak with me.
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, myself, Bharat. I am currently working
I'm
as a Windows Server admin and a VMware. I have
okay.
4+ years of experience. I think to change that my domain to cloud. That's why I joined. But I don't know knowledge on any coding.
No need, Bharat. We don't want any coding language.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. For
Yeah,
example, as a Azure DevOps engineer, we don't want any knowledge about that one. But I will give the some knowledge about few YAML script. We need to write that one. That script
okay.
only 1, 2, 3, 4. That one, no problem.
Okay.
We can
Yeah,
easily track that one.
yeah, okay. Thanks.
But you people should have to understand, do the practice daily, and
Yeah,
send the screenshot. That is very
okay.
helpful. But
Okay.
actually, if you practice daily, okay. Now we'll have to discuss. In case of any queries about this course, can you please call me? Or I think a lot of people are contacted me like
Okay.
yesterday. I I know him. Lot of people like uh, Abhishek, Ramesh, Mahesh, Arun. These are the people I know that one. That is the reason I'm not going to those people. Okay, let me share my screen. I will. Today is the demo. Okay, today is the demo. I will start my session. Okay, are you able to see my screen, right? Hello.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, Kiran.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Yes, Kiran. We are able
Okay,
to see your screen.
friends, you can feel free to talk with me either Telugu or English. Don't feel shy. Okay. I will give the training as well to how to interact the call itself in real time scenario. We are all friendly. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Welcome to first of
Okay.
all,
Yeah.
welcome to Azure DevOps course.
Okay.
Okay. If you feel like I'm going too fast, can you please stop it and speak? You can go to slowly something. Okay. No problem. Okay. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Kiran Kumar. I have around 10+ years of experience in IT and relevant 6+ years of experience in Azure operational and Azure DevOps engineer. Present, I am working as a senior Azure DevOps engineer. I am also certified Agent 104 and Agent 400. I have successfully completed like now the batch is 13th batch is running and successfully complete all batches, and around 70 plus members are placed, but they are doing job without support. But actually, if you want any technical support, I will 100% I will help you. Okay, don't bother that now. Don't bother about support. You can concentrate on daily activities, what I told. Okay, now we do have a lot of DevOps environment are there in our real-time market. That is AWS DevOps and Azure DevOps. I think a lot of people know that. Asked me yesterday, what are the tools? Did you cover it? What are the tools? Did you cover it? Okay, we'll have to choose AWS. We'll have to choose AWS. For example, AWS, Amazon Web Service. Okay, Amazon Web Service. If you go to through the Amazon Web Service, you need to learn. You need to learn like Jenkins, Ansible, Chef, Puppet. The Jenkins is a continuous integration tool. These are the configuration management tools. Ansible, Chef, Puppet. Okay. If you choose the AWS, in case of if you install, for example, if you choose the Jenkins tool, Amazon AWS will provide the infrastructure to install the Jenkins. On top of that one, you can install the Jenkins package and you can use as a Jenkins server. Here we can use repos, like we can use like GitHub, Bitbucket, etc. Lot of tools are available for repo purpose. Everything AWS here, they will provide the infrastructure to DevOps tools. What are those DevOps tools in our market? Jenkins, Ansible, Chef, Puppet, like GitHub, Bitbucket, and Build Tool, Maven, and like AWS Code Apply. These are the development tools where we can purchase from outside. Like if you choose AWS, you should have to learn all those tools. Now coming to Azure, coming to Azure. If you choose Azure Cloud, you don't want to learn like any tools. Even itself, Azure DevOps, it is a service. They have given advantages. Same thing, what they will do in AWS DevOps, we can do anything in Azure DevOps. Like we can use less tools like Git, Sonar Cloud, and these type of tools we can use it. Git purpose we can use it. Azure repos where our code sit in our repository. Okay, where boards. This is also one type of service where we can create the tickets and tracking the tickets and pipeline. It is completely continuous integration where we can like continuous integration part we can use it pipeline here. Release part like continuous deployment we can use this one. Test artifact also, this is enough, we can use it Azure DevOps completely. It is in Azure DevOps. These are the differences which I observed AWS DevOps and Azure DevOps. Like if you learn Azure DevOps engineer, you need not to go to outside. For example, like here itself it is available Azure repos, boards, like continuous integration, continuous deployment, everything. uh, it is built in Azure DevOps. Now we are going to what are the tools are available.
Hi sir, sorry for the disturbance.
Yeah, tell me.
Continuous integration means?
Yeah, for example, continuous integration, for example, like we can integrate we can take the build pipeline. For example, if the code is there, it is already code is there, we can build the code in a single file, zip file. For example, developer will set the code and
Okay.
we can developer will send the code in multiple files, like .sln file, .sln file. They will send the file in repos in multiple files. What they can do, build pipeline, like all the files, it will sit one zip file. It will do everything for that one continuous integration part. After completion of continuous integration, it will do continuous deployment. Here we can real deployment will happen. Here continuous integration will be the version will be raised. Okay, I will show you. I will show you in Azure DevOps. Like
Okay. Okay.
see here, if you go to here, like this is pipeline. It is build purpose. We can use continuous integration. Each and build, it will raise the build number here. Whenever we can developer push the code, as you told, right, developer will send the multiple files, and it will drag to, like see here, all the files will followed zip file. For example, this is the project which I created yesterday class, previous classes 2022. This is the build number where we can use it release pipeline. Okay, did you get it?
Yeah, yeah. To build the file, we use which tool? Like Git or Jenkins?
To build the no, actually in Azure DevOps we don't have any build tools. Here only pipelines, it will build automatically. We do have like gated build, one option is there. I will clearly explain in Azure DevOps.
Okay, okay.
We don't want to use like build tools like Maven, and here we can
Yeah, yeah.
use this one itself. It will do like gated build is there. That is the advantage of Azure DevOps. This here
Okay.
where we
It
can
will build
store the
automatically, right?
code. Yes, it will
Okay,
take care
okay.
everything for that one.
Okay, okay. Actually, in our organization, to build the file, we use Git.
Git is a version control system, like where we can uh, move the code from local to repos. Like GitHub also, for example, in our organization, I think you are using like a GitHub where we can sit the code. Here we can use Azure repo where the code is available, where the code sit here. That is the
Okay.
reason we don't want to use another third-party tools. If you choose Azure DevOps Engineer, that is the main advantage of that one. Nowadays, each and every environment, they are moving to Azure DevOps. Like AWS also, they are moving to Azure DevOps to build, to use those values for that one. Now, how many teams are available? This is the step class for that one. Now we'll have to discuss on each and every team. Okay, this is, we can call it as a Azure admin. Sorry, this is, we can call it as a Azure operational. This is, we can call it as a Azure DevOps engineer. This is, we can call it as a Azure data engineer. This is, we can call it as a Azure developer, like developer. This is Azure admin. These are the teams are available in real-time scenario. Then you can decide it. This is Azure operational engineer. Here it is Azure DevOps engineer. These are the different Azure DevOps engineer. Okay, here Azure data engineer. Azure data engineer. Here Azure developer. Azure developer. Like see here. I will have to discuss the responsibilities of each and everyone. Like as a Azure admin, what we can do, like create the create the like Azure resources like virtual machine or storage account, or he will have to access AAD access, and giving the permissions to IAM rules, and creating the, for example, like user creation and group creation. Okay, examples. These are the example as a Azure admin responsibilities. These are the responsibility they can manage for that one. Like he will create the VM storage account in case of any some user has joined in our company. He will create the user and assigning the IAM rules to respective user. This is operational engineering. Engineering, Azure operational engineering, what they can do, he will do only monitoring. Okay, monitoring. Monitoring is nothing but like VM is running or not. In case of any VM issues, okay, he can do the troubleshoot level. In case of
Yeah,
in
Kiran,
case,
sorry for
yeah,
interrupting. Can you also please explain what is this VM storage IAM? Because some people are new to technical part, right?
yeah. For example, this is the demo. I will not cover all those things here in demo. I will cover the responsibilities of as a DevOps engineer, like what they can do, everything. What VM is nothing but virtual machine, like virtual machine ante like where we can store the data, like where we can manage the all those things. Storage account, it is nothing but where we can store the data, like unstructured data, structured data, like it is like a your hard disk where we can store the data. Azure Active Directory, we can give the authenticate person in case of any new person joined here. We can add the Azure Active Directory, add the username. He will get the access to all. In case of if you are working your company, they will give the one ID and username. Okay, IAM rules, identity access management, which is nothing but like we can give the access to the user respective credentials, like read access, owner access, contributor access. This is everything we can manage those one. User creation, for example, if you are joining the new company, you will have to create the new user and create the user and everything. Azure admin, they will handle it. Group creation, and also, for example, if your new company has involved in our company, we should have to create the group in our company like a WhatsApp group, like uh, each and every group we should have to some uh, we should have to some uh, like access is there, like read access, one access, like DevOps access. We should have to some groups are there, we can add in the user in that particular group. Okay, now as a Azure operational engineer, we should have to monitor for example, like what VM is nothing but virtual machine or or we can call it as a server, or we can call it as a instance. Whatever it is, everything is same. Like someone will call it as a virtual machine, someone will call it as a instance, someone will call it as a issue to servers in AWS, someone will call it as a server. These are the terminologies where we can use it. Okay, Azure operational engineer, they can do, they can monitor everything. In case of any issues, like virtual machine issues, sometimes they will handle it. Like virtual machine, for example, in case of any CPU CPU is failure, CPU percentage is more, CPU percentage is 90%. How can we troubleshoot it? Everything for that one, he can handle it as a Azure operational engineer. Here Azure DevOps engineer, Azure DevOps engineer, as our responsibilities are like developer will push the code in repos. Like repo is nothing but where we can sit the code, and also we can raise the pull request where we can developer will post the code from as a developer to repo. We can raise the pull request is nothing but like merging the code for that one. Merge is nothing but like uh, I just want to move to from one to one. Like one developer will return the code 1 2 3, and we'll have to send the code to uh, repo. For example, like this code is placed in locally. This I just want to move to Azure repos. Azure repos here to there. In that time, what we can do, we can raise the pull request from local to like sorry, it was erased. Okay, Azure repo. Okay, Azure repo. We can handle Azure repos and raising the pull request and giving the branching policies. Branching policies. Everything we can manage in Azure DevOps service only. Okay, branching policies, and we can maintain the tickets. Okay, under boards only we can track the all tickets, all the deployment happened, everything for that one. And also we can manage pipeline, pipeline, and we can manage under pipeline. We can like here we can call it as a continuous integration or build. Here we can use release pipeline. Release, we can call it as a like CD, continuous deployment. In this manage, we can manage these of Azure services. As a DevOps engineer, what we can do, all the deployments we can do it. Deployment part, sorry, deployment part, we can handle it. Azure DevOps engineer. Okay. Now coming to Azure DevOps, Azure data engineer. Azure data engineer, they will handle it like ADF, like synopsis, and they can handle it Azure Databricks, like SQL queries, like how the storage account happened, everything, and also developer work like okay, developer previously it was not involved. Okay, this type of work Azure DevOps, Azure Data Engineer, like ADF is nothing but Azure Data Factory. Synopsis we can use in that one. Azure Databricks, SQL queries, and also we should have to developer. What developer will do? Like .NET, for example, they should have to .NET, like Java developer, and okay, etc. .NET Java developer and etc developer. For not etc, .NET or Java developers. It is completely, this is developers, like only .NET developer and a Java developer. Nowadays, for example, earlier it was there, they are observing like a lot of teams, but every organization they feel like it should some expensive, it should some expensive, they are making it nowadays what happened, it is Azure engineer and Azure developer, all the developers they have learned Azure data engineer. Nowadays they can manage both, like Azure data engineer, Azure developer. Now in our company, all the developers will do, they can handle it like ADF and Synopsis, Azure Databricks, and SQL queries. Queries part also they will have to take care. like structured queries and everything for that one. Few of the organizations, like I will give it, for example, as a DevOps engineer, how to integrate the ADF. They should have to some knowledge enough. As a DevOps engineer, we should have to some knowledge about the ADF and Synopsys and Databricks. But I will give the session for SQL queries as well. Okay, it is the main advantage of that one. Each and everything they will have to expect it. Azure DevOps engineer and knowledge of like ADF, these tools, Databricks and SQL queries. For example, like the developer, it is some different team, and few of the companies they are expecting as a DevOps engineer combination of these two, like ADF, Synopsys, and SQL queries also. And a few of the companies they are expecting like that one as a DevOps engineer. They should have to monitor this one also. Like they should have to some knowledge about the Azure operational engineer and Azure DevOps engineer. Nowadays, each and interviews also they are expecting this one. All the combination of Azure operational engineer, Azure DevOps engineer, Azure data engineer. Why? Because in case of any issue, that is the reason they are giving huge packages. Okay, but they are reducing the employees, right? Due to that reason, they are giving huge packages as a DevOps engineer. I will give the like Azure admin part, like how we can create virtual machine storage account and how we can monitor it, all the instances and everything. But I will have to focus on Azure DevOps engineer. Complete architect level, I will teach you this one, how we can rate, how we can manage everything. Azure Data Factory, in that Azure Data Factory, I can manage like a linked service, what is the use of linked service, and data set, pipelines creation, and the triggers, everything. I will show you practicals. I will take for ADF classes almost 6 to 10 classes. Synopsys also I will take it 2 classes. Azure Databricks also I will take few classes. Okay, SQL queries also I will take that one, and also I will have to add the advantage of that one, AWS, Azure Data Explorer. Azure Data Explorer. That is also one database here, Azure Data Explorer, where I am working here. That is the main advantage. For example, it is compared to SQL database, it is more important for that one. ADX is nothing but Azure Data Explorer. It is a one type of database where we can manage the uh, uh, like data, our data, something like employees data, everything. We can manage the code in tables. I can give the brief introduction about that one. Like I can manage all three, like all four, like this one completely. I will focus on this one. Okay, I will inform you Azure admin level also. I can explain Azure operational engineer, Azure DevOps engineer, Azure data engineer also. I will give some knowledge about that one. For example, in case of any pipelines are failed for ADF, you should have to monitor it and you'll have to do the troubleshoot and everything for that one. Nowadays, in case of any ADF, it was not there. Synopsys, it was not there in our project. Like what client are expecting. For example, Synopsys, it was not there in our project. Azure Database, it was not there our project. What client is telling, what our manager is telling. As a DevOps engineer, you should have to interact with Azure developer and you should have to integrate these tools. But actually, they will not use as a Azure data engineer. They are giving tasks to Azure DevOps engineer, but actually earlier I was doing this one, only deployments about that one. Now I am involving these parts also, like ADF pipeline creation, ADF integration of, for example, in case of any help of Azure data engineer, they will have to interact with you. Like in case of, okay, ADF pipeline they have created as a, for example, they should have to send this data to from here to data by using Azure Data Factory. They should have to interact with Azure DevOps engineer. Okay, without Azure DevOps, they will have to move the data from uh, one location to another location. For example, this is ADF. It is a ETL tool, extract, load, transfer. Okay, after that we can use it Azure DevOps pipeline. Later we can use it the data ADX storage. Each and every organization they should have to help Azure DevOps engineer. Okay, this designation is the we should get a lot of calls as a DevOps engineer, as a Azure DevOps engineer. But I will give the some knowledge about it is Azure data engineer, Azure operational engineer, and Azure admin as well. But I did not involve as a Azure developer. But I will help you to create the how to create the .NET application by using VSTS tool. Okay, now we are going to index. Okay, now here I'm going to cover this index for that one. For example, I have added few things only in this document. No problem. I will cover beyond of that syllabus. I will explain everything for that one. But what I face in real-time scenarios, I can explain everything for that one. This is the syllabus where we can handle in our further classes, like what is client server, on-premise, virtual cloud, what is this one, building, DevOps, and release, everything I can explain. Will have to discuss in further classes, like what is IaaS, what is PaaS, what is SaaS, what is Azure DevOps core concept, components of Azure DevOps. What are the components of Azure DevOps is nothing but like repos, boards. These are the related of the components. ADO is nothing but also Azure Data DevOps engineer. Like someone will call it as a, we could, do you have experience in ADO? Yes, we have experience in Azure DevOps. Now these are the, we'll have to cover. Okay. This one also we'll have to cover, like projects, like Azure DevOps. I will tell you architect level, like how to create the user, how to add the user, and how can we change the organization, how can we create the organization from scratching level. Azure DevOps engineer, I will show you the practicals itself, how to create the automation of in case of, okay, but beyond of that one you should not understand for that one. Okay, now we'll have to users, billing, auditing, global notifications, usage, extension, everything we'll have to discuss in Azure DevOps classes, like work items, boards, backlogs, sprints, queries, plans, repos, how the manage of repos about that one, like see how the agent pools work, about settings, deployment tools, pools, parallel jobs, and auth settings. Everything we'll have to discuss in further classes. This is storage account. What is file storage, blob storage, and we'll have to discuss in practically. For example, like ADF integration with ADO, use of like linked service data set. Pipeline or trigger. I will take the classes for ADF 6 to 10 classes. Sonar cloud integration with ADO, like resource creation, like by using Azure CLI commands also. I will show you further part. I will explain you. And also I can manage real-time tickets, almost 100 plus tickets. Okay, each and every tickets which I resolved in my experience. I will tell you everything for that one. Almost in this course, I will cover 100+ tickets, and also I will take the mock interviews with 1-to-1 after completion of this course. And also I will cover these are the PaaS services, app service plan, and I will create the pipeline for YAML pipeline. This is the classic editor, and we can use classic editor and YAML pipeline. I will show you like how to create the YAML pipeline by using Azure DevOps. Okay, now I will show you what are the dashboards we can we'll have to work on that one. This is the Azure DevOps portal, portal.azure.com. I will help you to create the account, and we can give the practice. Okay, this once account is created, they will give 30 days of time, 30 days, and they will give like limits, credits they can give it, like 14,000 around. They will give the credit amount. For in case of you can use any resource of Azure resources, they will amount will be debited from here only, deducted from here only. You don't okay, you don't worry about that one. If you have the resources, we can use it here in Azure services. These are the services like Azure services, app service, resource group, subscriptions, Azure Active Directory, virtual machines, storage account. Okay, here we can use it, Azure services. We do have around 200+ services are there in our Azure. We can cover few services. What are the needs? Okay, what is the advantage of subscription, resource group, market? Like everything we'll have to discuss in further classes. This is the demo only. This is the Azure dashboard where we can the real time also we can manage the services. Same dashboards will be repeated in real time also. If I am showing here real time scenario, same thing will be repeated in our real time also. This is the dashboard where we can like project and everything. Like this is the previous classes which I have uh, created projects and everything. Inside the projects we can manage the code, like where the code is available here. See here, my code is available in repos. From repos only it will create the build pipeline. This is the build pipeline. uh, this is the build where we can use the continuous integration, build the code, and after that we can do the releases. Okay, releases. It was not there. Okay, not this one. Here it was there, like card silver. I have created yesterday for everything project for previous batches. And also I will share you all videos after completion of the class. This is the 12th batch of videos. I will record the session and I will share the recordings to you, and also if you share the email, and I will add those videos and you can be able to see it. Okay, do you have any queries? I will stop the session and ask the doubts. If you have any doubts, I will stop the screen and also stop the recording.